Welcome to the Day 1 2022 review of WWE. Their first pay-per-view of 2022. You didn't think I was going to do it? I had to do it. Had to be done. A lot is going on in WWE right now. Now, I have to say I'm going to have a Gump report this Monday or Tuesday on Tony Storm, so don't worry, it will be out by then. But today is what we got. And I'll say this, I have been keeping a close eye on the WWE. I've been checking on highlights or whatever anybody else does a review on it. So I know a little bit of what's going on, but honestly, I don't watch it because I got too frustrated what's been going on with that company. I'm still doing the reviews of the pay-per-views. So I'm not going to be very detailed. I'm just going to give you my basic idea of what I think. Even if I don't know the storylines that well. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Now, I did not look at the kickoff show, but I did see they did show a highlight during the show that Ricochet did a 450 splash on somebody. I think he was the partner for Sheamus. And he nailed him in the face with his boot. Oh, it was bad. I haven't had a chance to see it. If I can, I'm going to try and catch it. But it did not look good. That was a bad whack he got in the face with Ricochet's boot, doing a 450. It was bad. Hopefully the guy's alright. I don't remember the guy's name. I do remember that he was British or Irish, I think. But anyway, hopefully he's okay. Opening match is a SmackDown tag team match. The Usos versus New Day. With King Xavier as pretty much the babyface of the entire thing because it's his hometown of Atlanta. Or Hatlanta. Or Hotlanta. Basically Atlanta. I'm going to tell you this. The match quality is not the issue here. We always know the Usos can do a great match with New Day. No matter if it was Big E and Kofi. Or Kofi with Xavier. Or Xavier with Big E. It doesn't make a difference. Either one of them are interchangeable. They always do great matches together with the Usos. Here's the problem. I've seen too many of them. Where are the other tag teams in SmackDown? Where are they? What happened to Alpha Academy? What happened to the War Raiders or the Viking Raiders? Where is everyone else? They're still using the same people doing the same stuff. Now, mind you, this is not about the match quality. They've always done great matches and they always tried to change it up to make it look good. But clearly, we've seen them face each other so much. It's not the point of how many times they change it up. Is that we see them all the time. And I thought Xavier was going to win because of what was going on with Up, Up, Down, Down. He just started doing streaming again on Up, Up, Down, Down. As far as I know, no one else has streamed on this channel. He's doing it from G4. And he's been streaming. So I think he settled what was going on with the WWE. I thought they might add a little more flavor to it by letting him have the tag titles again. But no, the Usos managed to retain. Now, it's not about if it's good that Usos retain or it's bad that Usos retain. It's the point that we've seen this over, it's been 6 to 7 years now. These guys have faced each other mostly on. Mostly. They've always been in the main title scene about 85% of the time with only 15% separated other than when they were moved to another brand. Or like what happened with Jimmy, getting drunk and messing himself up again. That's what it comes down to. And it's not the match quality. I just don't want to see them together anymore. I want to see other people deal with them. Let's move on. Now, we got Moss, who is Happy Corgan's best friend, dealing with Drew. Really? It's making my eye itch. Not itch, twitch. Actually, it's my allergies. It's all right here. I feel it all, and even though I've taken my medicine, it's been very dusty because of the construction. Because I live in front of a construction of they're renovating my building. And dust still gets into the apartment. And even though I've taken my allergy medicine every day, the dust still gets in, and it's making my nose itch, and now my eye is twitching on and off. So, but still, it makes me think, this is making my eye twitch. Why did they pair up Happy Corgan and Drew McIntyre with his best friend Moss. Really? It's not about the match quality. Now, mind you, was the match quality good? No. It was barely passable. I'm not saying Moss is a bad wrestler. He's better than, I'm not saying he's better than Corgan, because Corgan's actually a better wrestler than him. He's a bit underrated. I'm not saying he's a great wrestler. He's an okay wrestler. He is. But Moss, I'm just saying he's a little bit better than a few of the people that's on the roster. But not by much. And I wasn't surprised. You know what it is? Why are they teamed up working in this storyline? I don't even know what the storyline's about. Now, it could be about money. It could be about Drew having nothing else better to do than actually deal with Baron Corbin, because they got no angles for him right now. So he's dealing with Baron Corbin, and he gets his ass beaten up. And now, I believe I got the shot in my face. He basically, after the match was over, was talking to Mackenzie, I believe. And pretty much, Corgan attacked him with his partner, put a chair around his neck, and took a beam, and probably a aluminum beam, and hit the chair to make him look like he broke his neck. Really? I'm just saying. Now, let's go to, and this is 2 SmackDown matches so far. Just 2. We're now going to the Raw. And we got the Street Profits. Ooh. Street Profits. Do you see a theme here? How many times have we seen the Street Profits in main title scene? Really? Really? Wouldn't it have been better with Diamond Mine being around? Oh, I forgot. They got fired. They could have had some new blood in the tag division of Raw, but they fired them within 3 weeks. And they go up against Orton and Riddle. Matt Riddle, that is, the former MMA star. This was not about the match quality again. Now, mind you, this match was good. Seeing that Montez Ford was showing a lot of swagger actually helped the match. And also, the fans there were pretty hot for the majority of these matches. Not all of them, but pretty much. A lot of the matches had a lot of pops and a lot of heat. In the end, I didn't expect them to lose. And that's Orton, the bromance of RK Bro. But now what? They lost. Is there any other team there? The same thing with Usos and the... Making my eye itch. Oh, my eye is itching. Like I said, I take my allergy medicine, but dust still comes in from the front of the building. It sucks. I don't see anything interesting. Nothing. Unless they turn heel. If they're heel, tell me below. As far as I know, they're not heels. They're still faces. Particularly that when Mingus, there you go. Mingus, a hot Atlanta fan favorite in music and probably hip hop and R&B, show up or rap. And they all were in the ring. They're in my face. They all shook each other's hands. They're all being friendly. So what does this mean? Does this mean that one of them is going to turn heel? Because I don't even think those are the only any more tag teams on Raw. I think those are the only ones they got. I'm just saying. Now, the match I didn't see anything good for. Anything good. Was Edge and Miz. Look, guys. The last time the Miz was really hot was around 2016 when he had that one segment on Talking Smack, pissed off Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan at the time, and he was the hottest he ever was, because guess what? It was legitimate. They were doing nothing with The Miz, and I believe he was U.S. champion at the time, or IC champion. I don't even remember which one he was, but the point was he was champ, and they were doing nothing with him, and he went on that mic, pissed off, and said exactly what he wanted to say, which pissed off Bryan Danielson. Flat out. That was the only time he was really good, because he was real. Here, I didn't feel it, and particularly the segment that I did see on Raw. I did see the segment on Raw when he got remarried to Maurice, which was dumb. They didn't need to do a remarriage ceremony and then do the tank of shit, supposedly, that spilled on top of them from Edge. I just didn't think it was good. The only thing I enjoyed about the match, now, the match got better when it was near the end, before Beth came in, because the beginning and the middle was not that great. The only thing I really liked was the very beginning of Edge's theme music. I've heard him do it before, and I forgot. I thought, oh, he changed up his theme song. He's not using the song that he normally uses. He's doing it. And then I realized, oh, wait a minute. Is this what he did the last time, where he put something new with fire, and then he combined it with his old song? And guess what he did? I would have been more happy that he literally dropped his old song for a little while and used this new one in its entirety. Trying to do something like the Brood music and change it up. Do something different. Edge is, even his theme music is boring. Not because he's boring, it's because he's been presented boring. He's working with the damn Miz, who has not been hot since 2016. The Miz has not been hot since then. Really interesting since then. The only thing that saved the end of the match, next to them finally picking it up and the crowd loving it, was when Maurice hit Edge in the face and the Miz tried to roll him up and try to get something out of it, and he could not get it done. And then you see Beth Phoenix, who's in my face, who actually looks pretty mean. She was more interesting than the ending of the match, which Edge won. So now, supposedly, if this is going on, Edge and the Beth Phoenix will probably go up against Maurice and the Miz. Does that mean it's going to be good for the way the story started? Making it because of MJF and CM Punk? No. It's not real. If they had done a segment with Edge on Raw Talk and tried to reproduce a little bit of what happened with him and Bryan Danielson, that's The Miz, and make it legitimate, not show The Miz on TV, and he comes out and he says, you know what, just like last time in 2016 when I was dealing with Bryan, and they do mention him, there would be nothing wrong with mentioning him. I'm being treated again the same damn way. I just did the Dancing of the Stars and tried to make this brand look good, and I'm still not given any damn respect. And guess what? You get Edge saying, well, Miz, why not give you no respect? Because you really haven't done much. When was the last time you were hot with Bryan Danielson? Look, I just came back after getting hurt twice. And guess what? I'm still hot. You're just a waste of space. If they did something that was real and not something trying to hype up Miz, just say clearly, Miz, you're boring. What have you changed in the last 10 years next to getting Ric Flair's move that Charlotte does better than you? I'm not saying she does. I'm just saying they could add that in. It would have been more interesting that way, making it feel real when, yes, it's still written, but at least you could add in a little bit of realism from him dealing with Bryan Danielson beforehand. But no, Vince doesn't want to do that. Now, Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. I knew from the beginning she wasn't going to win. And even if she did win, what would she gain? A Nikki Ash run of 2, maybe 3 months? And mean nothing at the end of it. I knew that. Now, I knew also the match was going to be good because Liv has worked on her match quality. She's worked on her ring skills. She did. She's worked on her... Let me give it to you like this. With Liv Morgan, what you see is what you get. She's not perfect when it came to her promos because she's never had a real chance to do something substantial since the time when she was dealing with Lana. And that was, 2017 or 18? Just before the pandemic. So she had almost very little time to really work on a stick. Really. So she barely had any time to really learn how to really grab the fans. To make them feel her. And particularly when they do over-rehearsal with the scripts. If they just told her to go out there and make it feel like something, it would work. But they never do. So she's not good there. But when it comes to her ring quality, she has improved very much. She went from being here. This is bare minimum. She came from here, moved up to here. She's not top tier, but she went from here all the way to here. Kind of like a Carmella who was here. Let's be honest. Carmella was a dancer. She was never a wrestler. And she went back to school and tried to train. And she came to here. Easily floating between here and here. She's not a great wrestler, but she can perform well now. Because she couldn't perform at all. No matter how much she's let's be honest, she's sexy. I can understand why Corey Graves loves her so much. She damn hot. But Liv Morgan did the same thing. She wasn't great, but she actually worked and she got up to here. From bare minimum here, she's now here. She's easily above mid-card. Easily could be near the main event. So this match shows that. Admittedly, you can see that she slowed down like Becky by near the end of the match because they were tanked. They were really trying hard to sell this match. They were trying their best to make it mean something. Really, they were trying their hardest. And in the end, they succeeded. The crowd was heavily behind Liv Morgan, and they were booing to a certain extent at Becky Lynch, where a lot of people still think she's a face. And they managed to boo her. Finally, she got the reaction that they really wanted her, that one's in the back, the brass in the back. They wanted her to be booed. And in this situation, even though it was still a bit mixed, she did finally get a good amount of boos. There ain't no lie about that, guys. In the end, I didn't expect her to win, Liv Morgan. She lost. Now the question is going to be how many more times they're going to let her continue trying to get the damn title before they may just say, okay, just throw it on her and then let her have 2 months and then it'll be it. My guess is it's not over yet. She'll probably get another 2 shots at the title by Royal Rumble, and maybe after that. That's if they even schedule it, because they may try it again and within a couple of weeks, be well before Royal Rumble happens. So you never know. Finally, the final match of the night, the Fatal 5-Way. If I'm forgetting anything, I'm sorry. Now, they tried some vid packs. They did a Belair vid pack. They did a Big E vid pack. They did a Seth Rollins vid pack. It wasn't bad. Now, originally, we were going to have a Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns match, which probably would have closed the show, or nearly closed the show. But this is why I may have to do a Gump report on it, because guess who just caught COVID-19? A positive reading on a Roman Reigns, a guy who just beat cancer, leukemia, less than about a year and a half ago. And he has a weakened immune system, and now he just came up positive for COVID. Hopefully he'll be all right. No matter if you like him, if you hate him, if you love him, let's just give our best wishes, guys. I'm being honest here. Let's give our best wishes, and let's hope he'll be all right. Maybe I will add, no, Tony Storm has to be our own separate video. Maybe I'll do a video of Roman Reigns within that week as well, because he is out. So Brock Lesnar was transferred over to the Big E Fatal, the Fatal 4-Way match, which has now become a Fatal 5-Way match. This, let's put this in perspective. Was this a good match? No. Not for me. You know why? Because there was only one thing I truly wanted to see, and that was a stare down between Brock Lesnar and guess who? Not Big E, not Seth, not Kevin, who worked with Seth Rollins and they teamed up to try and beat up everyone so they can have their shot against each other. No. I want a Brock Lesnar facing off against Bobby Lashley in the damn ring like this, and everyone going ape shit over it. And guess what? We didn't get that. We got the beatdown of both of them, where they were both nailed like crazy. And the only time they had barely any interaction is when Brock Lesnar got speared. And pretty much that was it. Next to the full Nelson put on him. And he was stopped by a Biggie, who also ate the pin by Brock Lesnar, who is now, guess what? Your Universal Champ, no, not Universal, the WWE Champion. I almost got Roman Reigns' title mixed up with Big E. He is now WWE Champion of Raw. Let me say that again. Brock Lesnar is now WWE Champion, a part-timer. Has now become champion where in his contract, he's not required to travel a lot. It's in his contract, guys. If you think he's going to start traveling, he doesn't have to if he doesn't want to. He's only supposed to be scheduled for a certain amount of he's in my face. Look at him. He only scheduled for a certain amount of appearances throughout the year. If he wishes to come in, they'll pay him extra. They have to. It's probably part of his contract, which it probably is. He doesn't have to at all come in and work other than the dates that he's scheduled for. So I'm sure Vince had to call him in because Roman got sick and said, look, I will pay you extra. Please come to these days and we will work. We need to make our storylines work. Please come in. So with Roman Reigns out because of COVID and who knows how long, he could end up just like Keith Lee, who had a heart problem, complication to COVID-19. Let's hope he doesn't. Let's hope his lungs will be all right. Let's hope his heart will be all right because of complications to counting which variant he has, the original variant, the Omicron variant, or the Delta variant, or whatever else he got infected with. Let's just hope the guy is all right. And he comes back within 2 or 3 weeks. But he's out. Raw now has a part-timer that is going to compensate for SmackDown not having a champion for the next 2 or 3 weeks due to the fact he's sick. I may do a video on this talking about how badly screwed right now WWE is that Roman Reigns is not there. Now, mind you, hopefully it's not permanent. He'll be fine. But just Alex said it himself, and I do agree with him, that when it comes to Roman Reigns, the day he retires or he's unable to work, let's say if this was not COVID, he broke his back and he was out for more than a year, or he's permanently out, the WWE is screwed because they schedule everything around him and they got no one in the main title that looks good, that people care about. Let's be honest here, guys. They threw Brock Lesnar that title because they needed some interest because now Roman Reigns is done for who knows how many weeks until he recovers, if he gets sick at all. Because he still has to follow protocol. He's infected. He can't go near anyone. He has to quarantine. They're screwed, counting on how long he's gone. But admittedly, they were already in trouble as it was because they have almost nothing. They got no main eventers on Raw. They got no main eventers on SmackDown. Anyone they have got, they have not pushed in years. And if they have pushed them, they pushed them to get eaten by either a Roman, or in this case, when it came to either Bobby Lashley or Big E. It's just, really? This is sad. That's what I'm putting it as a title. And I hope you enjoyed this Zane's View. Please give me a comment below. I can't believe it. Peace.